Welcome back to Brian's Art of Creation, and this week it's Monday morning. I hope you guys are excited. I'm going to get you guys juiced, ready to go and get creative. So I'm going to do a real quick little segment, that way it's not taking up too much time and you guys are just super juiced and ready to go. I wanted to talk today about progress and making progress and how that equals happiness and how you're just going to be so excited as you're growing. So what I mean by that is us as human beings, we're born with a need to make a purpose, make an impact, and to constantly grow as human beings. So what I mean by that is it's kind of something that's just built within us. We are constantly striving to be in a state of growth, learning more, wanting to, go on new adventures, find out new things, discover new things. You can kind of compare it to the fact of like when you get, perfect example is like when you get a new job. You get there, you're excited, you got all this new stuff, you're trying to learn what you need to do, how things are done in that place. If you keep learning new things and shifting around the company, you stay in a constant state of, moving forward and learning, and you stay a little bit happier. But after a while of being in the same job, doing the same thing over and over again, it just becomes really mundane and really repetitive. It gets really repetitive. And you start getting really bored, you lose excitement in it, and a lot of times you're just not really happy about the job anymore. And it might not be because of the fact that you're stuck there, or that it's not your necessarily dream job, but because of the fact that you're so bored and you're just in a routine that isn't exciting anymore. Now, when I talk about a state of growth, I'm not necessarily talking about in business or climbing the corporate ladder or anything like that. I'm not saying that you need to constantly be moving and trying to be in the best possible position in the company until you're one of the heads, or you're keep going towards managers or things like that. What I mean is you need to have it a personal one in here, to where you are constantly going forward and learning more for yourself. That could be anything from us creatives learning new techniques or learning a new medium. If I'm a sculptor, why not go out and do little challenges and try to learn painting or learn different techniques in drawing? Or that can even go into lifestyle type of stuff of let me try to learn new things while I'm trying to work out, or let me go take some specialized classes like yoga or martial arts or dancing or things like that, just because it's something that's gonna engage your mind a little bit more. And as you're growing and learning new things, you're just gonna be so much more excited about life in general. What I feel happens is when people start getting into those mundane days and weeks, to where they're just doing the same thing over and over again, they're getting really bored, they're not pushing themselves, and they just start falling into a slump of repetitive days, to where everything just blends together. And that's where a lot of people start going into depression and being upset. So what I want to encourage you guys is to try challenging yourself and continuously grow, and to try to move forward. Because what happens when you're climbing and you're moving forward, you tend to be in a more excited mode, and a lot of better things start happening. However, when you get stuck, that's when you start and you kind of fall into a plateau, and you're not growing. Therefore, you're going to start getting really bored, and that's when a lot of people are going to start slipping into depression. And then, depending on the person and how bad it gets, a lot of people start falling backwards there too, whether that's going full into depression, getting upset, pulling into themselves, or a lot of people also, that's where they go into drugs and start doing drugs, alcohol, things like that, and they try to find exciting new adventures in those areas that take an even bigger toll on them. So always try to move forward. Constantly be learning. You can do that through learning, like I said, taking classes. You can do that through reading. There's a lot of podcasts out there. It doesn't necessarily have to be about art or about business or anything like that. They got podcasts on horror. They got podcasts on superhero stuff. They got podcasts on new movies coming out. Just something that will engage your mind so that you feel like you're learning and moving forward every day. And this doesn't necessarily, I guess what I'm trying to say is, this is also going to help you in a lot of other areas. More than just being happy and excited about your life, more than just learning new things. You're also going to learn a lot of new things that you're going to be able to apply to your other areas of your life. One example would be, when I was growing up and learning new stuff, I did drawing, and then learning the anatomy through that helped me when I started sculpting. Doing my little sections on airbrushing, I did t-shirt airbrushing and towards illustration work, and that taught me, I wasn't into doing illustrations, or definitely not into t-shirts, but learning how to use the airbrush helped me when I do my masks or when I do my busts, and learning techniques to actually paint them. So there's a lot of different things that, as long as you grasp it and you actually try to get the most out of what you're learning, you're going to be able to use it in other areas of your life. And so how I personally do it, and everyone's going to have their own little way, but I think the best way to do it is to create little challenges. Do little challenges. When I was doing, a while back, I like doing a lot of little sketches in clay, and each day it would be, I'm just going to create this type of character, or I'm going to try to create a likeness in my hour study today, or I'm going to try to start with one and go to a different gender or ethnicity so that, I know the differences, or I'm going to work on certain features or expressions. That way, I'm learning new things. Or, you can always go out there and do little challenges like, I'm going to go out and try to draw something today, or change up the medium and I'm going to try painting. And even those little drink and paint classes will help you out to where you just go out there and you're having fun, and it's about the experience and learning, but you're not too weighed down by the outcome and how it's going to end up. So go out there, make some little challenges. These little wins are going to be easy things to overcome and achieve, and all of those little wins under your belt is going to make you feel so much better. And then go out there and make some bigger ones for yourself, and make some bigger goals that you try to go after. And one of the biggest things that I want you guys to take away from this is, when you do these, and when you achieve these big goals that you have, these big dreams, or even these little ones, the little tasks that you try, or little challenges that you try to do for yourself, I want you guys to really remember that it's about, the biggest thing you're going to get out of it is you're going to become a better person because of it. Not necessarily the little tasks that you create or that you accomplish, but the person you have to become in order to accomplish that task is going to make the difference. So the perfect way, a good example of that is if you're trying to, let's say you go out and you want to do one of these big competitions, like the Ironman competition, one of those big workout fitness types, or like a big mud run type of event. You're going to have to you're going to have to get yourself in shape, start eating better, start going to the gym, on a routine, not just when you feel like it. And you're going to have to, there's a lot of things like that you're going to have to do in order to be able to participate, in order to be able to keep up and to actually, survive and do good in this competition, right? At the end of the day, and after you accomplish that, yes, you went through it, you beat, this Ironman, you came in whatever place, and you challenge yourself just to do it, and the fact that you made it through is going to make you feel amazing. However, the best part about that is everything else that you learned before that. You learn how to eat a little bit better. You, because of the fact that you stepped up to that race and you wanted to do it, that person you are when you make that and you go on that race is in a lot better shape physically, because you had to be. That's the person you had to become in order to take on that race. You learned, how to eat better, how to work out, and you learned how to make your mind, or make your body listen to your mind, because of the fact that you had to work out on a routine. You had to work out when you felt like it, when you didn't feel like it, just because you had a certain end goal in mind. So you also learned a lot of psychological stuff of, how to stay on task, how to not procrastinate as much, how to fight those urges for, eating stuff that you didn't need in your body. And that's a lot of the things. So as long as your mind is open to it, that's a lot of things that you're going to learn in progress as you're trying to, go after this big goal. And I want you guys to think about that, because that's a lot of things that is going to really enhance your life. A lot of things that are going to make you a better person, because of the fact that you had to be that better person in order to achieve that dream. It's not it's not really about the dream itself, because you're going to constantly be building and making new ones. You're going to do this one race and then you're like, oh, that was awesome. I felt amazing. I accomplished this one. I want to go next time. I want to go to the next level and do the step up, or I want to do better at that race. So you're going to be in a constant state of trying to better yourself as a person, and that's what's going to keep you happy and going and motivated, energized, and you're going to win, period. So hopefully you guys learned a little bit, learned a lot, are taking something from it. Thank you for listening. Hope you guys have an awesome week. Get energized, get creative. As always, let me know if there's anything you guys are struggling with or having trouble with, and I will do my best to help you out, give you guys some tips, some ideas, things from my personal life. As always, I hope this helped. This is my own ways. Put it to the test. See what works for you. Throw away the rest. And I hope you guys have an awesome week. I will see you guys next week.